Hey, welcome to The Push, episode 13.
I'm Steve Machine Curran. You're biting my lines.
I am. Kevin.
Big Daddy Kev Allwood. Kev Big Daddy Allwood.
That's it. Today I'm ripping Sam Crow. For those of you who don't know what Sam Crow is, you little bitches.
I had no idea.
Yeah, well, it's Sons of Anarchy, Motorcycle Club, Redwood Original.
Yeah.
You didn't watch that?
Never got into it.
Oh, Steve. That's a great show.
Like I've seen enough about bikies. I don't need to see anymore.
Yeah, but these are make-believe bikies.
From what you told me, they're fairy tale bikies.
No,
They don't deal drugs.
They don't deal drugs.
Do they do drugs?
Not really, no.
Okay, so completely based on fairy tale reality.
Oh, well, they have rules and stuff, and occasionally there's a bit of
Hanky
overlap with drugs and becoming a part of the storyline, but they really have an anti-drug policy in the club.
Okay. Yeah.
In terms of making money from it. So they're
very
not
realistic.
Guns instead.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but if you watch it, you get to know... You watch it from the start, you get to know the characters, see the good side of them. You know, there's... And about the second episode, I think, a little girl in the town gets raped, and they find they go on a hunt for the guy, a race against the cops to find the guy.
Rough justice.
They castrate him.
Well, he had it coming, didn't he?
He did.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, mate. Look,
You
how
should
long's
give
it been
it a
going for
shot.
now? How long's it been going for? About 100 years.
No, it's finished. I think there was 7 seasons.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's been finished for like 5 years or 3 years or something. It's good.
We should just tell people, because they don't do it, well, like, subscribe, and comment.
Yes, you need to subscribe to this channel. We get a few views.
What's interesting is a lot of people still think it's just the 1 minute clips that we do on Instagram.
Like this 1 minute clip that you're putting up for this right now.
I'm going to do that, actually. Put this up, because look, it's all well and good looking at us and having a 1 minute laugh, but we've got so much more we can offer you if you go to YouTube.
A whole hour of laughing at us.
Whole hour of us embarrassing ourselves each week.
Mostly Steve.
Mostly me. So yeah, like, subscribe, make a comment. I've got a couple of shout outs because people keep coming up to us and saying that they like the show.
Yeah.
Isadora, that you met the other day, one of my clients.
I actually have legit feedback comments too.
Oh really?
Yes. I'll get to that later though.
Okay. And then Kate and Meg, who I train, they Kate watches or listens to every episode. And Matt came up to me and actually said, Steve, come over here. I need to introduce you to one of my clients. And told the client, you've got to listen to this guy's podcast. It's on every week. So thanks, Steve. Yeah.
Steve Mack. Mac.
Yeah. Famous for his selfies of his
He's got
torso.
some good photos.
He's in very good shape. He knows he can take a selfie.
But those photos he has on his Instagram or whatever, and he's like wearing the American football...
Yeah. But what's your feelings about that?
Naked with the ball and stuff.
Do you like that?
Are you asking if I got movement?
Did you? Yeah.
No movement. But it was an impressive photo.
You wonder
He got a lot of likes.
Yeah, you wonder what market he's trying to target there. Naked football players that
Perhaps.
are oiled up?
People who like naked football players.
Yeah. He was in good shape. He gets in very good shape.
He has a lot of male fans.
He has a lot of male clients. In fact, I don't think he has any female clients.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got a good build on him.
He does. Does. Has the knee problem, though, from soccer, so he can't train legs hard.
Oh,
bullshit.
He's won a couple of titles, though, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Did you find that, though? A lot of people, when there's an injury from 1945 that they can't train legs?
Well, look, I have a shoulder injury from when I was 21, a rugby injury, which has really been chronic for 20 plus years.
So you can't squat?
So I can't train. No. So I find it hard to push a lot of weight with my shoulders.
Yeah.
So, it does.
It is limited. It's like, well, my whole upper body is disappearing because of the same reason, because everything, my triceps, shoulders, and everything are all just...
So I was going to ask how your arm training is going, since you can't really do much else.
Well, I didn't. I've turned the corner. I was going to talk about this later. We can talk about it now. After seeing you, your condition thus far with the shred, I thought, what the fuck? I need to pull my finger out. and get my shit together.
You're supposed to pull your finger out weeks ago.
I know, but it's 39 days today before my birthday.
Ooh, right? It's not long.
So, as of yesterday, after seeing you, when did I see you?
Yeah, I think it was
yesterday.
yesterday.
I don't know what day it is. I was because I was feeling sorry for myself about the hernia and letting that dictate how I trained and how I ate. Like it's just shit.
You mean you've been eating?
I told you I ate some ice cream.
Oh yes, you did. That's
right.
right.
But even more than that, it was becoming. Look, it's funny. I was listening to Joe Rogan. October. Was it October or November? October. Sober October.
Yes.
And it's all the guys, all his mates, the comedy mates. One of them, Bert Kreischer, taunted him and said, "Oh, I'm gonna double whatever you do."
Because they're all doing a fitness thing.
Fitness challenge, right?
Yeah.
And Rogan was like, oh, "Okay, it's like that, is it?" And he just fucking brought the hammer down and destroyed them.
Yeah, I got a story like that about Special K, but we won't get into that.
Yeah, well, in a minute. He was training for 5 or 6 hours a day.
Yeah, so Bert wasn't doing 10 hours
he's a fat comedian.
Oh, he takes his shirt off.
Yeah,
he's actually pretty funny.
He's very funny.
He is.
My point is, and he said I had to go to a dark place, and that's what I used to do when I was competing.
Some fluff on your head, mate.
Thanks. Yeah. I would always do that when I was getting ready for a show, and it's not. You
let your mind go. Take yourself to a.
Yeah, it's not a mentally healthy thing to do, but I can't just.
It's not a very social place either, is it? It's just you.
Yeah, it's getting in that place. Kevin Marone talks about it a lot. Kevin Marone used to sleep on a mattress on a floor in a spare room with guns all around his bed when he was getting ready for shows, handguns all around his bed.
Why?
Because he had to get to this dark place, and it's like and a lot of it, whatever works. But I need to be in a place that's unrelenting. To be hard enough on myself to get in shape. That's what I've always done.
Sleep outside and shit like that?
Yeah, I sleep in Sydney Park.
I've seen you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I have to do because it doesn't work. And so for me, like, I can't moderate my behaviour. It has to be all or nothing. So I'm either binging or I'm fucking training like a lunatic. So I had a really good workout today.
Oh,
I trained everything today.
Oh, everything.
Well, except back, which we did yesterday. So I did chest, shoulders, triceps, and legs.
And legs.
Jesus. Well, I can't. Well, with the caveat that
soft
I can't.
Legs.
No, not soft, but I can't squat. So I just went.
Oh,
destroyed leg extensions and hamstring curls.
You don't have to squat though. You don't have to squat. Or you might.
I have to squat.
One doesn't have to squat to get progress in the legs. I actually haven't trained legs for a couple of weeks, so I did legs on Thursday, and I warmed up on extensions and leg curls, and then I just went to the leg. I actually went to do squat, but Nick Ockey was commandeering the squat racks, so I had to do leg press. So I did some heavy leg presses, just a casual 400 kilos, but you know.
I am 400.
Yeah.
I like that meme that says it's got a guy wanking, and it says, "This is what I think of your leg press PB."
I know. I agree. When you talk to someone who
said, "I've got 35 million plates on the leg press."
Yeah. Well, one leg press is way different to another, so it's not a standard measure. You can only really gauge leg strength from the squat.
Yes.
So if someone says, "I can do 200 kilos on the leg press," well, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do, on one leg press, I can do 100 kilos, on another one I can do 400 kilos. Depends on the leg press. There's no standard measure there.
We are lucky that we've got that excellent leg press at City Jump.
Which one?
Down the bottom.
The flat one.
Is that one you use?
I didn't use that one yesterday on Thursday, but I do like that one. No, that's good for single leg. I like that.
Oh, I like it.
Because you get
I've had some
range.
You really big range of movement. I've tortured myself and other people on that leg press with bands as well.
Yeah, and then did you do some actual leg presses after that?
I just tortured them on it. I was going to wear these. They're my favourite sunglasses.
Inside.
Yeah,
but inside the Push Studios right now.
Yeah, but we've got a nice view of the harbour.
That we do.
Overlooking at the Push skyscraper.
Well,
a bit like the Trump skies.
That's right. It's a nice headquarters building we have here.
It is, yeah.
I like looking out the west window into our personal gym.
Yes, yeah, I would like that as well. I do like that. I like that, and then often going for a wander down into our garage driving our Lamborghinis.
Well, we can only fit 6 of our vehicles in there at any one time.
Actually, I was just when I went down to get the boys the extension cord. I looked in my boot and it's a fucking mess at the moment, and it's got just gym clothes and my boots But the thing that made me feel better was it's still tidier than your car. Because I think does this homeless person actually sleep in your car?
Yeah, well, I have to blame the police for that, actually, because the police messed up my car a few days ago.
Yeah, I heard about that. Do you want to talk about that?
Not really.
No. Oh, well, they just turned upside down, did they?
Yeah.
Well, what did you do? Did you drive over double white line?
Yeah, I overtook someone drove over 2 white lines, came back in on the dotted line, but I started it too early.
Was it a bit aggressive?
Yeah, well, the guy was only travelling at 40, so I was in a hurry. There was a van,
hurry to lose your licence.
Copper van behind me, unmarked, and I didn't realise. Yeah.
Were they polite to you? No.
They were actually polite to me.
Right.
Yes, they were polite.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. But they still searched my car. Okay. And although it wasn't particularly tidy to start with, but it was much worse after they finished.
See, I've never had my car searched, and I honestly think it's because of the type of car I drive. Such a conservative car, usually driven by sort of Asian accountants. Would you agree?
Yeah, you kind of look a little bit Asian-y, accountant-y.
Yeah, a lot.
Especially with those tattoos on your head.
Yeah, maybe for the triads. Accountant for the triads.
Yeah, there you go. There's a good income.
Did you notice? Oh, you wouldn't notice because you don't look at my earlobes. But I was. Do you Are you concerned about the holes closing? Your holes closing?
No. my holes stay open.
Yeah, I've heard that. All hours.
And then every now and then
they get filled.
I shove something in through it.
Do you really? Yeah, that's my question. Do you do that?
Yeah, I wear earrings.
Like
occasionally.
Yeah, on special nights.
If we're going out for, very rarely, but Jade will say, "Oh, can you put your earrings on?" So
I can't do it anymore.
I've actually got some diamonds.
I know. I think I've seen them. But...
So I put them in the other day when we went to go for lunch, but then ended up getting money back.
Bailing.
Yeah,
I can't do it anymore, man. I wanted to wear them today.
What, you mean they won't go through?
No, well they go through. My holes are able to accommodate them, but
But you don't like wearing earrings?
Oh, I just feel like an old man with wearing pirate earrings.
Yeah. Why don't you actually get a big fat gold pirate earring?
Just one side.
Yeah. And like an eye patch as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
We could do the pirate session. The push pirates.
Actually,
push pirates.
Did you used to observe International Pirate Day? Talk like a pirate day?
Oh, that's right.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember. I've forgotten the date though.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure we could Google that. We should do that if we fall on a pirate.
On the day. On the pirate day. International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
That's right.
The RTs.
No, I guess you haven't aged. Your skin's still good. You see, you don't look like you're 100 years old. So no. I'm really conscious of not.
When I smile, I use a few lines, but it's pretty good. I think that's mostly genetics. Mostly genetics, but also lots of veggies and water, Steve. For 20 years.
No, you know what it is, man. It's like I cooked myself in the sun for 20 years.
I've done that too, man.
No, not like there was a solarium when I was 20 in Brisbane. There was a beautician 2 houses down underneath, and it had a solarium with an honour system. So you paid 10 visits up the top in the salon, and the solariums were accessible 24/7.
Right.
I used to go every day
and rip them hard.
Just go every day. I never pay.
Right.
You're supposed to tick your name,
right.
And because both my brothers look, they're only a few years younger than me, and both look at least 10 years younger than me.
Right. What about all the supplementation? Think that's played a factor?
Only when you're doing it.
I think people who have used that stuff for decades age more.
Probably
some of the pros in their 20s that look like they're 40. Come
on. While they're on them, definitely. I think it dissipates when you come off them.
Right.
Because the musculature of the face gets affected. That holds water as well. So this gets heavier through here. But absolutely, look at I mean,
yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, I mean, even just young guys at the gym that look nearly
yes.
in their 40s.
That's what's old.
I was thinking some other people.
There's
look at William.
There's
William's
no
only
need to even say.
He just turned 30.
Well, how do you think he looks?
40.
Really?
I don't know.
think he looks
12. I've got no fucking idea. Everyone looks younger than me. So I was walking down the street. I felt really bad actually. I left the gym. I left the car park. What was I doing? I had about half an hour to kill. I just parked the car in the car, and there was a lady walking along. I think it was Melbourne Cup Day. Lady walking along, and she had one of those travel briefcases with a handle on it.
Briefcase.
Oh, like a travel suitcase thing.
Right. Yeah.
And
small one.
she's trying to pick it up with her feet.
With
Right.
her feet.
Yes. Then I realised she must have been a thalidomide baby. She wasn't, she had no arms,
Right.
no hands, right?
Yeah. She have little things.
Little sort of things like this, and she's trying to pick it up with her feet, and people are just fucking walking past her, and not helping her.
Where was she trying to put it?
I think she was trying to get it over her little stumpy arm.
Like onto her shoulder.
Yeah, she had a handbag attached to it with a strap, and she was trying to somehow leverage it with her foot and get it over.
Get a strap over her shoulder.
Yeah.
Right.
So
you helped her?
of course, but the initially I was just about to say, "Do you need a hand?" But I didn't.
No.
But I didn't.
Did you?
I caught myself. I said, "Do you need some help?"
Yeah.
And so I sort of put it on her shoulder. I didn't. It creeped me out a bit.
But you did the right thing.
And then she sort of went off again, and then she dropped it again. Another person helped her. It was just this fucking nightmare. Like as she's going up the street, and I thought, I've got half an hour to kill. I should go and get the car and just ask her if she needs a lift. Would have been the good thing to do.
But you didn't do that.
Well, I didn't do it. And then afterwards, she looked pretty armless. Like, it wouldn't have risked much if I went in the car. She had no arms. Like, she was armless. Sorry.
You can't say the joke more than once.
Oh, I didn't think I was...
I got it the first time.
I didn't think you got it. But no, that is actually a true story.
Yeah, I know.
And I did actually have the thought, and I actually said to Bianca, she was pretty harmless. I got 3 times, I got to stop. It's not often I get...
You need to think up a few more synonyms.
It's not even appropriate to be laughing at disabled people, is it?
No, I wasn't laughing at any disabled people. I'll have you know.
Okay.
I was laughing at you, although that could count as one disabled person.
Yeah, I mean... Anyway, like, man, yeah. Yeah. Well, fucking life is hard, and we've got it pretty easy, man, really.
Well, yeah, that's true. When you compare to some people on that side of things, yeah. So like, I had a good arm session the other day.
Was you?
Yeah, and I was shaving my head afterwards at home in the shower, and my biceps were cramped. Bicep was cramping.
Yeah, right.
You ever get that? Ever get biceps cramping?
I used to all the time. I don't like training arms. Hence the skinny arms. I have the same attitude that people have about leg training.
Yeah.
I didn't used to. I don't know. You know what it is? It hurts to train arms. It hurts me to do any type of triceps, biceps. It feels like I'm just training sinews. Sinews and scar tissue.
Is there problems with your buys as well?
Yeah, I've got all fucking lumps on them. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Look, there's lumpy. I thought it was a good idea at the time.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's all right in the flex
You've
position.
never snapped any tendons or anything?
No, but I tore them up, tore the bicep muscle. If you can look, see there, you can see that's actually torn. But anyway.
Yeah, what about, do you cramp after training? I've had a few terrible cramps.
At night?
Like after training that particular body part. For example, doing a big back session, and then like the next day doing things like trying to wipe your ass, reaching around, and the whole lat cramping.
Man, if you haven't used clenbuterol, but if you use clenbuterol and then train a muscle really hard, the cramping you can get in that specific muscle is horrible.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Right. Must mess with your minerals or something.
Yeah, right. Oh, it is minerals. It's magnesium and sodium.
Yeah.
Shit, right? Yeah.
Sorry, you go.
No, you keep going.
Since I've started drinking mineral water, I find I don't cramp as much just because of sodium. I think I used to for a long time.
That's interesting.
I add more salt to my diet now as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not as fanatical about avoiding salt like I used to be.
No, it's just stupid.
It is stupid, but it's one of those
It's a bro science thing.
No, it's a nutritional myth that was pumped out to us like the low-fat thing.
Yeah, like
30
that it
years.
causes high blood pressure.
Yeah.
But also, you do find though that people you'll be like 18 weeks out from a show, and people go, "Oh, you cut your salt out? You're cutting your salt out?" It's like, well, no.
Yeah, but you shouldn't cut your salt out that far out anyway, even if you are doing that sodium thing.
Yeah, that's
Shouldn't
what
you be salting your food?
loading salt. Yeah,
and then you cut at the end, right?
yeah. I mean,
if you were going to
do that, I don't think any of it's a good idea. Really, it just messes with your electrolytes.
No, I've had hamstrings cramp up in the middle of sex
Yeah, I've done that.
when you're on top.
Yeah,
Going for it.
Yeah, so your
and then-
hamstrings are on an angle. You're on your knees, sort of.
Yeah, that's the
that's
worst.
a different position.
You can't keep going.
No, you can't perform. You have to have a timeout.
Yeah, you have to exit
Exit the building.
the.
The cavity.
That's
That's
right. Yes, you do.
Mine actually, I went hard on the Stairmaster the other day.
Did you now?
Yeah, I do that regularly.
Cardio.
I do cardio every day.
Yeah, but you do it here, don't you? I mean, here at the Push Studios.
Oh yeah, in our palatial gym.
Yeah.
On
On the West Wing.
the West Wing, overlooking the what? What was it? Oh, the gym. Okay.
Yeah, that was like there's no mirrors on that side.
I
of the
mix up.
windows.
I mix up the cardio, with the Stairmaster, then with the sprints up and down the full 100-meter sprint track we've got
that runs parallel
next to the pool. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, Olympic size.
Yeah.
Only 2 lanes though.
Yeah, it's like a plunge pool, sort of. And then what I should have done.
That's where you can practice for your triathlons, mate.
Get fucked. What I should have done is seen our in-house masseuse after our.
I didn't even know we'd hired a
Yeah,
masseuse.
yeah, she's South American.
Oh, perfect.
Her name's GiGi.
She sounds great. I
Yeah,
might have
she's
to book a
great.
session.
Actually, there's a South American girl who I'm not going to tell that story. I'd embarrass her. In case someone hears that, there's lots of ways to. There's a friend of ours who's super hot, right? We've known for years, and every time I see her, she's by herself. Every time I see her, I look at her and go, "Oh, this chick's so hot. Who is this?" And then it's like I'm looking at her, and she knows that's what I'm doing, and then she goes, "Steve, does that ever happen to you?"
I'm trying to work out who you're thinking of.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Okay. She used to be married to a friend of ours.
Ah.
Yeah. But has that ever happened to you? When you see someone, you're checking them out blatantly, and then you
That bit's happened.
and then but then it's
getting
actually
caught. No.
But then it's a friend. It's actually a friend that you know, and you shouldn't be doing that to.
Right. Possibly, probably, but I can't actually think of any examples.
Okay. Just with that girl, it happens every time.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, speaking of training, do you want to talk about your peeves with training?
Yeah, well, it's more about pet peeves at the gym. Yeah. So, a couple of... what did I have? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen it a few times recently. Things have reminded me, and I thought maybe we could talk about things that piss us off at the gym, right? Because the one thing that really fucking gets me is with trainers who obviously don't have much of a clue because they do things like spot every single
From the first rep.
From every rep that someone does. So, for example, someone's being shown how to do lat pull down, and the trainer is spotting them and holds the bar and spots every single rep.
Yeah, and is
the whole way,
looking around
all the way down, and holds their hands on it for the eccentric phase as well. That gives me the shits. What the fuck are you doing?
Is that someone who's...
I hate anyone even touching the bar,
no.
even when they're spotting me, unless the bar's not moving. All right. Sometimes you come in and touch early on the bar
I've been
too.
told that before.
I thought you were more like you finish up early.
No. I just
plunge straight in there.
plunge straight in there.
Yeah, right.
And then anyway,
What about, have you got any?
I've got a multitude of them, and it never ceases to amaze me what clients will pay for and the shitty service people get. This is a customer service industry, and I think a lot of trainers have been allowed to get away with that, especially if they've got titles, they're bodybuilders, and they, the phone thing boggles my mind that a client will put up with someone texting while they're paying $100 or whatever to be trained by them.
Yeah.
That fucking I never have my phone on the gym floor.
No, you don't. There are occasions which are
Very rare,
permissible,
like we're watching porn.
like you're waiting for your wife's about to go into labour, for example.
Of course.
But,
Yeah.
so
I had mine on the phone.
There are occasions, but in general terms, it isn't that good a move.
The other thing is, and this is a question, maybe I'll pose it to you, because you're the only one in the room.
Apart from Flex.
Apart from Flex Wheeler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Photo by Gary Phillips. Great photo.
It's a good photo.
Iconic photo.
Reflection.
What do you think's worse? A trainer that, like you just mentioned, that has no fucking clue, or a trainer that actually is actually an expert, trains themselves completely correctly, sorry to spit, and yet is completely doesn't give a fuck what the client does. What's worse? Unqualified or just uninterested?
I think unqualified's worse because I understand they're uninterested. There are some clients. I remember back in the day when I was training people, and there would be clients who would not
Comply.
No.
I remember
every
one
opportunity,
specific guy.
At every opportunity, they would cut their reps short or cut their range short or just go, oh, no, it hurts, that's enough. When you know there's more reps, they can do more reps, and you say, all right, that gives me the
Yes, I've managed to. I've come to terms with that. I've made peace with that because of the martial arts that I do. Because I'm really average. I'm not even average. I'm a complete Gumby at martial arts.
Make peace with
Let me finish.
Other trainers who just go through the motions.
No, with the fact that clients.
Clients. Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I don't do anything that I'm told to with martial arts, right? Like I'm supposed to spar by myself, practice. I never do any of it, right?
No.
And the client and the trainer is really patient with me. He's probably cursing in his head, like, "What the fuck, this guy again?"
So does he say to you, "Have you been doing any practice?"
Yeah, and I say, "Oh no, mate, no."
But at least you're honest.
Yeah,
you're not like those clients who go, "Oh yeah, I've been eating chicken salads and just."
My point is, everyone's on their own journey. Some people's journeys are just really average, and it's okay. The only people that, even people that are getting ready for a show, if they want to lie about their food, then fuck them. It's up to them. It's their. Don't you agree? I mean, I think it doesn't really upset me anymore. What upsets me is
if you're overseeing that diet, you personally, and they're saying to you, "I've done A, B, and C," and the results tell a different story.
Yeah.
It makes your job harder.
I'm happy to be blunt with them and say, no, you're not.
Right.
Because, as you know, like what's happening with you now, because you've been on your 100% with your food for a couple of weeks, you see changes consistently every week.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, and that's just what happens.
That is
we've seen it enough to know if people are lying or not.
Yeah, that's right. The first 6 weeks of this summer shred, I wasn't super strict. I'd be good during the day, and then at night, I'd more frequently than I want to admit to, I was eating some shit.
Yeah.
And I was, the weight was dropping a little bit, but I wasn't seeing any results. And now that I have been doing it super strict for 3 weeks, I'm seeing results.
Yes.
Every few days I notice improvements, and that's because I'm fucking doing it right.
I find it funny. People will often. That's why people want to weigh themselves all the time. If the diet's been written correctly, and you're compliant with 100%, you will get leaner. You don't need to weigh yourself. People often weigh themselves to tell them it's okay that they're actually not complying. Like if I lost a kid,
you can't fall into that trap. I've done that. Oh, I've lost 5 kilos.
Yeah,
I can eat something shit.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Back to your question about the trainer and the trainer. I think the trainers who are in great shape and they train themselves perfectly and they do full range and they squat deep and they do everything the way it should be done, and then they go to train clients and their clients train like shit, and they just stand there.
Yeah.
Is it because they're getting paid and they don't give a shit?
Yes, I think
or they actually can't translate the technique to that client very adequately. They don't have
good point.
the skills to convey the teaching of it.
I think there's
both
people that fall into either
Both
or
of those.
category.
Yeah.
That often is the case. And if you've got good genetics and you know how to train, some people innately know how to train, and it doesn't. And they win shows, or they put muscle on easily. They're able to comply to their diet, but they cannot explain. They cannot verbalize how to cure movement.
Yeah, I think you've got to have that teaching ability. But if you've done any form of qualification in this field, you are. And I remember when I did the courses, they explain how to teach a client.
To cure it, yeah. But people aren't. People just try to get through those courses.
I remember being tested on how to squat correctly.
Yeah.
How to execute the exercise correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
And you got graded on that.
Yes.
I remember being graded in a gym when I'd already started working, but there was one of the instructors from the course would have to come and grade you training a client through there's 3 exercises or 4 exercises you have to do, whatever, and you had to explain how to do it, sometimes demonstrate, make sure they were doing it correctly and spot them correctly.
Yes.
And they graded you on all those aspects.
Yeah.
And you had to pass before you got your final certificate. Do they even do that now?
Oh, I assume they still do it.
Well, there are trainers who don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh, that's actually the majority. I would actually say that's the majority of trainers. They have no fucking clue what they're doing. Not only that, they do ridiculous exercises. Squatting like a row and then a squat with a cable. So you squat down and then you pull a cable at the same time. Or you're pulling a cable and lifting a knee at the same time. It's functional, apparently. You seen that one?
I see people do it a lot in real life.
Yeah.
Pull and then the knee comes up.
Yeah. If that actually happens, you've probably got some sort of neural disease. Every time you pull, your knee goes up.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of training, Gabriella's been going to...
There's a secret drawer here.
Yeah. Orange Theory. Have you heard of Orange Theory?
No.
It's a gym. It's basically like a circuit, a random circuit. But Gabriella is fully drank the Kool-Aid.
Is it like F45? That's some sort of
random circuit stuff.
Yeah.
But she...
I quite like doing circuit training every now and then.
The kicker is you wear a heart monitor.
Yes.
And your name is on a big screen on a tally board,
recording,
showing your
heart
rate at 80% or below. And it's like a tally board, and you earn points given your how long you stay in 80%.
Right.
So she loves it, man.
Women
love it.
Right.
There's a weight training component as well, but I'm surprised she hasn't tried to sell you it. She said she loves it.
I know Ultimate Orange. Do you remember Ultimate Orange?
That was a pre-workout, wasn't it?
Dan Duquesne.
Remember him? Steroid guru.
The steroid guru.
Did he kill himself? Did he die?
He died.
He wasn't very well, was he?
No, he wasn't well.
How do you know about him? Just did some reading.
When I was first training, friends of mine gave me a copy of Dan Duquesne's Underground Steroid Handbook. Yeah. Photocopy of it.
Yeah.
Which was interesting to read.
Yeah.
I never went down that path, but it was all the information you needed about all the different steroids and stuff.
Yeah, I remember the book.
The book, you couldn't actually photocopy it because there was something on the page that when you tried to photocopy it, it just went all grey, the copy or something. But for somehow I'd gotten hold of a copy or something. I don't know.
Your leg's very sweaty, Kev, or is mine sweaty?
I don't know. You like that rubbing against the leg action?
I actually find it quite... I don't know, I don't like it.
Well, fucking, I'm not even touching you.
I know, I'm having to work my adductors to not touch your slimy leg.
My fucking leg's not slimy.
Slimy and hairy slimy leg.
I had a nice shower and shave before I came here.
Did you wear jocks this time?
I loofed my whole body
in preparation.
And then I had a nice cold shower afterwards. My skin feels great.
Did you wear jocks this time?
Yeah, do you want to see?
No, I don't want to see.
On.
I don't want to see.
I only wasn't wearing them last time because I had togs on.
Sweaty balls, that's right.
They could still get sweaty with jocks on, but the sweat's contained.
They often do.
Contained within the jock.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a nice image.
Back to pet peeves in the gym. I've got another one. And again, it relates to trainers who put fucking chocks or smallish weights on the ground under their clients' heels when they're doing squats.
Yeah.
So they're already wearing shoes with a heel,
yeah.
right? So their feet are on an angle. Then they whacked another bit of wood or a weight plate under there, and it means their heel is actually probably about 5 centimeters or 2 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
And they're like doing tippy toe squats. What the fuck are they doing that for?
There's 2 reasons. Okay, the first is that the trainer squatting in general is just a fucking disaster for most people. I literally, it's very rare that any of the clients I see with trainers squat to parallel or below. That's the first thing, right?
Yes, that's true.
And
they say, "Oh, I've got tight Achilles." Is that what it is?
Well, the thing is, the trainer can't cue the movement so that the person stays upright. Often because the bar is on the client's neck, pushing them forward. Right. There's no scapular retraction or tension through their lats, so everything is falling forward. Or if they're a female, they're not even strong enough to hold the bar there. And so the result is, instead of fixing any of that or getting the person to get strong at squatting their body weight first without falling over, they put the fucking things under their heels. And what that does is that enables them to stay a little bit more upright. But it's just bullshit. It just loads your knees. And again, it's just the trainer's inability to coach. The second one is...
But when they do that, they still don't go down parallel.
No. Well,
they go down less.
And they're breaking at the knees rather than the hip first. So everything is loading forward. It's just a shit fight. The second is, there's the... if you notice, there's the bro science trainers that... think, and I guess to some degree it's true, they're trying to load their VMO, the front of their quads, and develop that rather than their hips. So they're putting their, again...
More quad, less glute.
Yeah, but you could just do it without a front squat,
yes,
right?
You can
just do it with a front squat or some leg extensions. So they're, again, putting their heels up. I've seen people with their toes in and toes out. And again... Fucking the amount of people, when I train other people's clients sometimes, the first thing when they do a squat, they go, "Oh, where should my are we doing inside, outside?" Or it's like, fucking just squat. Find the stance that suits your hip width, because that should govern your stance to the strongest position. Put the bar low enough so it loads the hip and keeps you upright. There's retract your lats, squeeze your back, force your chest up, take a big breath, and go fucking low.
Yeah.
It's my you got me going now, man, because that fucking it's a travesty, Kev.
Yeah, look, if you're going to get a trainer to train you on a specific body part, you should pick a trainer who has well developed that body part themselves. For example, trainers with shit legs training people for legs, and they just pass on the shit technique. We've seen it and commented about it many times.
However, the opposite, well, what is it? The inverse isn't true. You can see people with, like we talked about before, people with well developed body parts who literally do not know how they got them.
Oh yeah,
and they can't communicate. And look, I get, if someone walks in and wants to be a bodybuilder, they're going to look at the biggest person in the gym and go, "Oh, that's the person for me." And it doesn't necessarily mean they actually know how to train.
Yeah, no, yeah.
What I recommend to people if they're looking for a trainer is to do some free sessions with a number of different trainers and compare, and speak to the trainer's clients and look at the trainer's clients' physiques.
Yeah, good point. No one does that though.
No, but yeah, I mean, don't you think?
They might train with a couple of different trainers, but they don't go and consult that trainer's clients.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't happen.
No. And watch those clients. I mean, while we're on the subject of training legs, the leg press, why is it people are unable to do a full range of movement?
Because they put too much weight on. Yeah. They want to put 200 kilos on there, and they do it
move a fucking inch, and then put their hands on their knees, and it's like this. Probably a good chest workout. Seriously, I watch to see if their pecs and their triceps are contract. Absolutely.
Oh.
It's just fucking sad. Let's move on from this.
All right.
Because I'm getting upset.
All right. Well, another couple of things that piss me off in the gym. Poor gym etiquette.
Yeah.
People leave their fucking weights where they just leave them on the floor.
Then you got to go and pick them up.
Don't unpack their machines. That's a bit of a.
Or just
laziness.
Standing on someone's deadlift platform when they're deadlifting, like just
standing on the platform.
Yeah, it's just
in their way.
Sort of loitering in front of them when they're happen to. Yeah, it happens.
Oh, that's poor etiquette too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We could go on forever on that.
Every now and then you get someone walk up and say, "Oh, are you using this?" And you're not, and you go, "No, I'm not. Go for it. But thanks for asking."
Yeah,
it's really nice.
Of course it is. Yeah, yeah.
Some people just try and barge their way in, even when you are using it. It's disgraceful. Disgraceful. How about that fella at the gym the other day that did the reveal? That you noticed.
Good physique.
He was.
It's fun.
Training covered up for a while, half an hour.
Got his pump on.
Got the pump on, and then
did the reveal.
Yeah, show it off in a similar. It's like we're going to do in 5
but we're
weeks.
not going to be taking ourselves seriously.
No.
I know. I can, as you know, I was really guilty of that. But now
now you got nothing to reveal.
Fuck you. You wait, it's on, man.
It's on,
man. Seriously.
Wednesday, 19th of December.
Yeah. If you want to come and see two old men train with no shirts on, come down to City Gym Wednesday 19th, probably about 6:30, 6 o'clock. And we will be revealing...
PM.
We will be revealing...
The fruits of our labour.
Yes. Or not.
Or big flabby bellies.
Yes.
Lower backs.
Yes. Fuck
back fat. Lower back fat is something that I struggle with. Not struggle with. It's where it hangs around in your 40s. Harder to get rid of that
I never had it until I had a big break. And it just fucking jumped on there. I never used to have it. Even when I used to go up to 110.
Really?
Yeah. But as we discussed, I get like flabby pecs.
Yeah, I've seen that on a couple of people. I'm the lower back, lower back, and that's happened more so as I've gotten older. Yeah. But I don't actually do much training for like that part of my body.
You can't spot reduce fat though.
No, you cannot. But why
deadlifts.
Let's spot a cruise. How come you can't spot reduce it?
Isn't it? That's a sad reality, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why can't you just do endless crunches or side bends?
You can do side bends or sit-ups.
But don't lose that butt.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah.
I embarrassed myself. No one really knew that I embarrassed myself, but the other night I fucking slipped into angry bodybuilder mode. I was with Bianca and we went to an Italian place called Made in Italy to pick up some ravioli she wanted, right? And there was an Indian guy standing in the doorway with his headphones on, like this, looking staunch. Well, I thought I
assumed he was.
That's the conclusion I went to.
Was he built?
It looked like he did work out.
Yes.
Right. And so he's blocking the doorway, right? It's only a small door. And as I walked past, I said, "Oh, excuse me," and he didn't respond. In hindsight, it's probably because he didn't hear me. But at the time, it was like a direct insult.
Yes.
And so
I fucking... imaginary lat spread yourself?
Worse, worse. So I got the food, gave the food to Bianca, got my keys, wallet, phone in my pocket so my hands were free. As I'm walking out, I dropped the shoulder into him. What the fuck? I got in the car and thought, what the fuck am I doing?
Did your daughter see that?
No, she didn't. But
I've done that.
It's just on bad behaviour.
In the city, when there's like a crowd of, or not a crowd, 3 or more Asians walking along the footpath, they walk shoulder to shoulder, side by side.
Yeah.
And they don't veer out of the way.
No, culturally.
And they just bump into you. So there have been times when I've just like given a bit more as the connection happens.
Stupid behaviour, isn't it? No, really.
Well, they need to get out of the fucking way. That's what they need to do.
They need to go back to their own country. I don't mean that at all. Wow. What a ridiculous. Pauline Hanson just didn't possess my fucking. No, I don't mean that at all. Fucking hell. Can you imagine being racist? No, I mean, in all honesty, I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't get it.
It's just I don't understand it. What you're going to judge people from? No, and what's interesting, the people I know, it's often sometimes
Pageboy haircut's a bit racist.
A bit. He's he's a full on bigot, man. It's often second generation immigrants that are racist against other
other
cultures,
other ethnic.
Yeah, I find that a lot. Even gay guys, I find like some gay guys that I train,
They're racist.
really racist. It's like, dude,
What are you being?
yeah, I mean, I don't understand that. Like, why would you be? You know, your community's had struggles, and then you're paying out on other communities.
Yeah. I guess
Or
it
even
happens though. Blacks against Jews or something like that. You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well, even apparently in the Trump elections, a lot of minorities, established minorities, voted for Trump because of the anti-Mexican vibe.
Wow.
Because they've established and they've immigrated legally, and so,
Generations ago.
Yes, and how dare some people just jump over the border? Trump's
Right.
our man because he's going to put a stop to that.
But everyone arrived by boat, or
At some stage, yeah, for sure, or plane in my case.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's the other thing I was going to talk about. Speaking of being aggressive, I curtailed my behaviour. As you know,
What did the guy do when you drop your shoulder?
nothing.
So he probably.
He probably thought, did that guy slip over or something? No, I was just. But as you know, the compound is being painted at the moment by painters, and I went down to drive one of my cars.
Yeah.
And the painter had parked his car in my car space.
Oh, he should know better.
How dare you?
Yeah, exactly.
So he,
Does he know who you are?
yeah, apparently not.
Yeah.
And then I went back upstairs because I didn't have to leave straight away. And I fucking obsessed about it for about an hour about what I was going to say to this guy that put him in his place. And then I went down and said, "Mate, can you move your car?" And he said, "Yeah, all right, sorry, no worries." And that was it.
Yeah, right. Did you have a whole speech?
Oh, car park people get very, very
yeah, they do. Possessive
of their car parks.
Space. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I mentioned the Push podcast to my sister a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
She's over in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And I said, look, if you want to have a bit of a laugh, have a listen.
Yeah.
So she has.
Oh, cool.
And she provided some feedback.
Okay.
She wanted to...
Us to stop?
No.
You should give her a shout out. What's your sister's name?
Jacinda.
Jacinda Allwood.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, it's Keith. Her surname changed.
Her name's Keith.
No. Yeah, my sister's name is Keith.
He transitioned.
My sister's name was Jacinda Allwood. It's now Jacinda Keith.
All right.
Jacinda
Is she a
Keith.
truck driver?
No,
Sorry,
she's not.
Jacinda. I don't have much brain.
She's a biochemist, actually.
I don't have much brains. I
You
said.
don't? No, I know you don't. She's not a truck driver. She's a biochemist.
Biochemist, truck driver. Not a lot of
Same
difference.
shit.
Same
No,
shit.
Yeah, same process of qualification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Few
Anyway.
truck drivers at our gym, actually, that are
Loaded?
female bodybuilders.
Are there?
They look like truck drivers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so she
Anyway,
had some
sorry.
feedback for
Sorry.
us. Well, she had some comments. So, I'll read them to you.
Thank you.
1. I now know far more about you losing your virginity than
I ever wanted to.
Yeah.
Yes.
2. Mum would be horrified that you didn't know what Me Too is. I think you should listen to the news once a week.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah.
3. I totally remember that creepy family friend dude from when I was about 5
Oh,
or 6.
fuck. Wow.
He didn't make me sit on his knee. He just hugged and kissed me and in a really inappropriate way. And he had a gross, bushy ginger beard, which made it so much worse. And I reckon he was dodgy as hell.
Oh, wow.
My advice to any parents is to listen to your kids if they feel uncomfortable around adults, take them seriously, and make sure they are never left alone with them.
Absolutely, man. Was she left alone with him? No.
I don't think so.
No.
It was just like a greeting and a farewell thing.
Is that why she decided to become a man?
That's why my sister changed her name to
Keith.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that story. Women, kids are so
Honest.
just. what am I trying to say? This is innocent, man.
Yeah,
like,
that's
for
right.
anyone that preys on kids like that in any, even if it is just subtle creepiness, like
But
this
if your kid
intervention.
says they feel uncomfortable around an adult, they don't look that generally at that age. They don't really lie a lot, you know. They're honest about what they just say stuff.
Yes, and they may not understand the what's going on, but they will quickly have a feeling that this is wrong.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what she said. Dodgy as hell.
Yeah.
All right, 4. I was going to say that you guys come across really well on the podcast. Isn't that nice?
That's nice. Thank you.
Nice job. And that comes from your 40-something-year-old little sister who is not pushing weights and not really into rap music, but has enjoyed listening to your podcast.
Oh, that's nice.
Peace out from your little sister.
Peace out.
Yeah, peace out.
What music does she listen to?
I don't know.
Keith Urban.
She likes some.
Keith.
She likes some. She doesn't like gangster rap, but I think she likes the more lighter hip hop. I guess Black Eyed Peas kind of genre.
Yeah.
I don't know about Black Eyed Peas specifically, but she said hip hop, not rap.
Right. Yeah.
Which there is actually a distinction.
Is there?
Well, there is with gangster rap.
Yeah. You're fully immersed in the gangster scene.
Well, the gangster rap music scene.
I told you I used to drive around Townsville in my my 4-wheel drive with the roof off, playing NWA straight out of Compton in Queensland.
When were you doing that?
When it came out, 89, 90. No, hang on. No, what am I talking about? Not 89. Late 90s.
Right.
When did NWA straight out of Compton come out?
No, it came out in the States in 89. I heard it first in 1990 in New Zealand on student radio. It would have been about 1990. By the late 90s, Ice Cube had gone solo and had about 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah, no, it was in Queen. It must have been like early 90s, like 91 or 92. I was back in Townsville. Yeah. But I don't know. Fucking texting, man, during the podcast.
Yeah, my ex-wife's here to pick up her kids.
Oh, is she?
Kids. Yeah. So.
Well, we can wrap it up soon. I've covered all my dot points.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I wanted to shout out to my sister, Keith. Yeah, no, that's kind of, there's the bodybuilder's dilemma. You know, the bodybuilder's dilemma is you think, what happens to me, I look at myself in the gym and I think I'm looking skinny. My arms look skinny.
Yeah, you are.
I feel like I'm looking like small and weak.
Yes.
And then I go out in public and like jump in a lift or something and I'm a fucking tank compared to everyone else.
Yeah, we work in a niche within a niche.
Yes.
So our perception is completely skewed.
Yes, it is skewed. I've dropped quite a bit of weight, but I'm still 90 kilos.
Yeah.
And 90 kilos is not a small person out in the real world.
No, it's not.
You go into a lift and it says it can hold 20 people, and I always work out what the average weight is, but it says it can hold 1,900 kilos, and I work it out. And like the average weight for a person that they estimate in a lift is about 67 kilos, 65 kilos.
Yeah, that's a skinny person.
That's a person. That's what they calculate. So if I can hold 10 people at 650 kilos, I'm one and a half of them.
I love that when you're in a lift, you work that out.
I always do it, every single time.
That would just...
But
you're a mathematician.
Well, I'm maths focused,
Yeah.
kind of. So, yeah. So anyway, that happened to me, like on the same day. I was in our gym in the morning training.
Yeah.
And thought, I'm looking skinny. Maybe I've lost too much weight too fast. And then a matter of an hour or two later, I was delivering meals and then going up in a lift in North Sydney. And I thought, there's veins in my forearms. And
it's fucking madness.
I'm looking pretty chunky.
But even lighting, looking at... Part of me going dark now with the diet is I'm not looking at myself. Because it messes with my head too much.
Right.
Obviously, therapists would have a field day with any of my behaviour. And I know that. Yeah. So that's why I'm going to say, after my birthday, I'm just going to relax on everything. Because I can't sustain the madness for too long. I just can't. So I'm not going to be looking at myself. I don't weigh myself.
Yeah, right.
But what I do on my phone, on my notes, I tick off cardio 1, training, meal, breakfast, shake, meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, and I tick it off each day.
And as long as you get it done, you know that the result will come.
Yes, exactly.
Trust the process.
Trust the process, bitches.
So trust the process. Stick with the clean eating. Train hard.
Like us, subscribe, and comment on YouTube.
Yeah, and just send us a message on Instagram.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from
Slide
you.
into our DMs.
Oh, and also, my 50th, I'm going to invite you to it. I've decided to have a party/barbecue at Bronte Beach on Saturday the 22nd of December. So everybody's invited, especially if you watch this.
Yeah, come and meet us.
Come
and
and meet
tell
us.
you think we're idiots.
And we'll give you a snag. Kevin will give you a sausage.
I'll let you. I'll give you a sausage.
Yes, let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm Steve Machine Curran.
Kevin Big Daddy Allwood.
Peace out.
Signing out. See ya.